No shit, I started being a Christian witch just because, I was 11 and I loved the idea that magic would be real. Wasn't until I hit, like, high school when I was, like, 14 that I really started also getting pissed about how shit the mainstream church is. But, someone else asked me recently, too, like, how does one get started in this? And I gotta say, as an adult now, as, like, a whole-ass adult, right, at my ripe age of 27, I don't recommend starting witchcraft just because it looks cute and fun. Because that is the easiest way to get completely fucked up. And I don't mean fucked up as like, oh, the demons are gonna get you. I mean, like, morally, philosophically, all of it just fucked up. Whereas I, as a kid, was really interested in the idea of slinging spells like fucking Merlin, and where I was really interested in just being like hyper counterculture as a teenager, because obviously, why did my teen rebel phase choose fucking religion? I don't know. The fact is, for anyone who is like a tax-paying adult and wants to get started in this, the first thing I'm going to suggest anyone do to get into witchcraft and start is to figure out your why. Figure out your social philosophy. Why do you want this kind of practice? Why do you want something that is so often marketed to people as a means of getting what they want when they want it, as a means of gaining power? Why do you want to be able to alter reality? Anyone in any position of power, whether it is spiritual power, financial power, any kind of power, should be asking themselves this question. I'll tell you what, my life, my relationship with God, my understanding of the world, my resilience, my peace, my sense of self, have only skyrocketed since I have become a Christian witch and taken it seriously. Like, not just all the witchy part, goofy part about, oh, Basil does this and Rosemary does that, but also the more hardcore theological, philosophical side of the actual Christianity part of Christian witchcraft. All the mysticism, all of the, hard learning, all of the biblical study, all of that is just as important as all of the sigils and the crystals and the ritual setup and everything else. And that's why, whereas discovering Christian witchcraft is a fantastic starting point, right, for this kind of practice and this kind of path and how to really get into it, while this one really sets up the, no, it's okay, you're not going to hell if you do witchcraft, no, here's what the Bible really says, no, here's like what the holidays are and why they look so similar to neo-pagan ones, no, here's how to make a spell, no, here's how angels and demons work. While this book has all that in it, it's still only the very start of the fucking Candyland board. Once you've figured out why it is that you want to have any kind of spiritual power like this, or have this kind of spiritual approach to divinity, then you can start really figuring out, like, what specifically are you looking to do? What specifically are you looking to accomplish? How are you developing your best self via these means? If the only reason you're getting into witchcraft is for superficial shit, not only is it eventually not going to be so fulfilling, but it's going to be really easy to become one of those assholes that says, I was a witch and then Jesus saved me, because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing and ran back to the comfy, cozy space of organized religion. So, as someone who started Christian witchcraft specifically just for the fun of witchcraft, and then also for the anger of how the church has disenfranchised the very people they're supposed to uplift, I can't outright say to not immediately go spell slinging right off the bat. That'd be a little hypocritical of me, but I will say, nail down your philosophy first. Figure out what you actually believe in. Do you even vibe with God? Do you even vibe with any divinity? Do you need gods in your practice at all? Figure out what you need, figure out what you believe, figure out how you want to develop yourself as a person, and then go find the mystic traditions that will help with that, whether that's neo-pagan practice, whether that's like modern witchcraft, whether that's like old occult angelology, whatever the fuck it is. Find it, and then try to use it to develop yourself. Not just to get the fucking lottery ticket and, make your life super sparkles and perfect right away, but to figure out how to develop yourself in a way that things don't need to even be asked for to work out. Because then you learn the meaning of faith on top of the meaning of magic.